Hello, Bucs fans. Welcome back to Real Bucs Talk. In today's video, we're going to continue our position previews. We've talked about the quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, and tight ends so far this offseason. And I want to continue with our last position group on the offense, and that is probably the most important, the Buccaneers offensive line that was really good last season. They played well. They continue to get better throughout the year. Probably a top five unit when all said and done. And that is something that they're aiming for this year. But entering this season, they already have a challenge to deal with. It's something that we've talked about, so far on this channel, and that is the absence of Buccaneers left tackle, Pro Bowler, All Star, and Tristan Wirfs, who most likely is going to miss the first couple of games to begin the season, maybe even the first four games of the year. It just remains to be seen. You see him, with the out signal on his name, and he starts training camp on the active PUP list. So it remains to be seen if he will stay on there to start the season. But we'll just have to take it week by week, and hopefully he can be back sooner than later. But going back to the Bucs offensive line, I think you have a really good group with Ben Bredesen, Graham Barton, Cody Mock, Luke Gedeke as the other four starters. You bring in Charlie Heck to fill in for Tristan Wirfs. There's also reports today that they're working out George Fant. Remains to be seen if they sign George Fant. George is another one that is a swing tackle, can do different things as far as playing left or right tackle. I think they're going to sign some offensive linemen. It remains to be seen which tackle that's going to be, but they're working out others tomorrow and, see where that goes. But I think they definitely want to add more to their tackle depth because right now, if Charlie Heck gets injured or Luke Gedeke gets injured, you're looking at Ben Chikuma, who they're really high on. You have Luke Haggart. You got Raekwon O'Neal. So they definitely want to add a piece there to the room, especially with the interior, looking with Asua Peta, who's still out, recovering from his injury. You have Jake Majors, Elijah Klein, Ben Scott. So probably still looking for some guys to add there among the offensive line, and we'll see how that shapes up. But overall, I think your questions right now are like, who's going to be the left tackle? Is it going to be Charlie Heck? How do you feel about the backup interior offensive lineman with Sua Peta, Elijah Klein, Jake Majors, Ben Scott? Those guys, can one of them step up into a top interior offensive lineman to replace what you lost in Robert Hainsey? But you have to feel good. I think, we did a film study of Cody Mock, so be sure to check that out on the channel. Graham Barton, we did the same thing, have a film study of him up, and Luke Gedeke, same, we have a film study of him. So just be on the lookout for this offensive line to really step up their game. And I think where they can do that, as we bring up some film here, is run the ball. Like they were really good at run blocking. I think that is something that's going to be emphasized in the early part of the season. And we'll see if they can kind of pick up where they left off and maybe even be better in that regard as far as running the football goes. I think that is something to look for, something to keep an eye on, and see how much more they lean into running the football to protect Baker Mayfield, to take things more off of his plate and set up, your passing game through the run, and maybe make defenses think twice before, playing the pass. They have to come up and bring extra defenders to stop this Buccaneers run game. So that'll be something to definitely monitor and see how it goes. Definitely looking forward to that, and see if they can continue to make this a strength of their offense. I think that's really important as they move forward here, using the screen game, using the run game, etc. So definitely something to be excited about. I'm excited to see how this offensive line gels and how much better they can be once Tristan Wirfs comes back into the mix and really get this offense going on full go and full arsenal at your disposal for Josh Grizzard and company. But with Grizzard being a new OC, you would have to imagine they're going to want to lean in to the running game, and you have the horses up front, especially with Graham Barton, Cody Mock, Luke Gedeke. Those three right there, you can kind of lean into their athleticism and do different things, whether that's in the passing game, play action passing game, short short passing, intermediate passing. So those kind of concepts, I think we can see definitely early. Maybe some RPO actions to help the pass protection and get the ball out of Baker's hands much quicker, and allow your running back room and Bucky Irving, Rashad White, Sean Tucker kind of take over games if possible. So that's what I'm expecting. Hopefully, we can see that to gain traction early on, and it can help out your Buccaneers offensive line when it comes to pass protection. You're probably gonna see more of 12 personnel, more tight ends in there to help pass block in certain situations and help your left tackle out, especially with him coming in and just trying to get comfortable. The good news is Charlie Heck does have experience playing in the NFL, so it's not like you're throwing someone completely new out there. But at the same time, you want to protect your investment in Baker Mayfield and make things easier in that regard. So that should be something definitely to monitor as we get into training camp, as that opens up this week, and we'll see how it goes. But just wanted to give you guys an idea, a good outlook of the Buccaneers offensive line. It has a ton of upside to it, and it should be a lot of fun to see how they bring it this year in 2025. With that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit the like button. Comment down below your thoughts of the Bucs offensive line. What do you expect to see this season from them? And with that said, until the next one.